Hey guys, it's Monte Carlo. So I'm just doing like a little, um, I guess just like a little random video. I've been having something on my mind. It's actually something that I read on social media. It was actually posted by a coworker of mine, and I just kind of wanted to get your guys' opinions and thoughts on it. So. She made a post about toxic positivity, and I never really thought about putting those two words together, honestly, if you want me to be honest with you. But she was saying toxic positivity is bad for us, and it's something that us as people needed to start rejecting just for our own personal sake. Um, that toxic positivity does more harm than good. Um, and so I kind of just I reread her post. I reread it about 3 or 4 times. Like I said, I've never even thought about putting those two words together. But when I first saw her post, I was actually kind of thinking in my head what toxic positivity would mean to me, or if it even existed. Um, So I'll tell you what she said. She said toxic positivity is when people pretty much always tell you stuff or, shit like, hey, oh, it could be worse, or don't worry about it. It'll get better, or, things like that. And so when I thought about it, I said, I never really looked at it in that perspective before. But when I first saw the word toxic positivity, the first thing that popped into my head was fakeness. And what I mean by fakeness, I mean is people trying to pour positivity into you that you know are not positive, or people that you know that are out to do harm against you or don't want to see you grow or succeed. But yet they're trying to pour positive vibes and positive energy into you. Um, that's the first thing that popped into my head. So I will tell you this, like, I'm a big person, I'm a big advocate of positivity. I am the kind of person that no matter what the circumstances are, whether it's something negative or something um, bad that's going on, I always try to look at some kind of bright point, or I try to look at it in a better aspect, I guess you could say. Um, I would tell you, me personally, um, I have been through some things, a few years ago, or a couple of years ago, actually. Um, I was going through something, and I was having like the worst year ever. Okay. When I say the worst year ever, literally, I was having the worst year ever. And I was just getting it. I was just getting it back and like back to back to back. And the only thing that kept me going was, hey, um, it'll get better next year. It'll be better next year. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that to get myself out of this situation or from up under this person, so that way I can grow. I can be better. Because I was just literally going through like a downward spiral, and that's what kept me motivated. I am a positive person. That's what I. When people ask me for advice and things like that, I always try to give them something positive, even if they're coming to me asking me something about something that's bad or negative going through them. I'm also a realist. So, I mean, that's just what I am. I just literally, if you don't know already, I'm an educator. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of sidetracked. But I had a teacher come up to me probably about 3, 4 weeks ago. It might have been a little bit longer than that. A teacher in a whole nother grade level. Okay, she teaches lower grades. I've never taught lower grades before, but she felt comfortable coming to me because I've just built positive relationships with a lot of people at my job, at my school. And so she asked me about the situation that I was in a couple of years ago. And she just asked me, how did I deal with it? What does she need to do? And like I said, I'm a realist, but I'm also a positive person. So my advice to her was, look, don't stress yourself about it. Um, you know what kind of teacher you are. Do the best you can, but at the same time, you need to document everything. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I did, because I'm a realist, but I'm also positive. She knows what kind of teacher she is. And I also know what she's dealing with because I've dealt with it before. So that's where the whole documentation part came into play. But I wouldn't say that the advice I gave her would be toxic positivity. Now I have talked to some other people, and some other people disagree. Some other people say that what I did give her was toxic positivity, um, but I don't see it that way. Um, I did some research and I did some reading. I spoke to some other people, male and female, about this toxic positivity, quote unquote. Some people believe that toxic positivity does not exist. I've actually had people tell me that that just sounds like a contradiction. You can't put toxic and positivity together. Um, I've heard some people say that toxic positivity comes from within ourselves. It doesn't come from other people. What that means is, let's say that I'm having a piss poor day. I'm having a really, really bad day, right? And someone comes up to me and says, hey, hey, Monty, how are you doing today? What's going on? And I say, man, I'm doing great, man. I'm cooling. Everything's wonderful. But deep down inside, like, I feel broken. Now, that's what one person told me. That would be toxic positivity. They said toxic positivity doesn't even come from other people, that we generate that ourselves. And I felt like that was pretty deep. Um, like I said, never thought about it that way. But I mean, when you do, that actually can be true. I think we can pour that into ourselves, not really knowing. Like, how can I explain it? Like, if you don't acknowledge your feelings and emotions, but you're trying to cover it up with positive things or making it seem like things are okay, I don't feel like that's healthy. So maybe that would be considered toxic positivity. I'm kind of unsure. I'm 50-50 with that, honestly. I would love to know what you guys think about that. Um, Someone else told me that toxic positivity is when other people disregard the things that you're going through or your feelings or emotions. Hmm. Um, Never thought about it from that point either. So, what they meant when I asked them, I said, can you explain more of what you mean? They were like, let's say you are expressing yourself to someone, something is really bothering you, you're crying, or you're emotional, or you're super stressed, and people just kind of blow it off, or, you know, don't even ask you about your feelings or why you're feeling that way or why your emotions are that way. They said that that is toxic positivity. So I don't know. I mean, I never really thought about it that deeply, honestly. Um, I don't know. I've never really thought about that. So I'm just wondering, like, what are your guys' thoughts on toxic positivity? Is that something that exists to you? Is that something that doesn't exist to you? What would even be your definition of toxic positivity? Because from the people that I've talked to, it seems like there are a lot of different variations that could come into play with that. And so that even makes it more complex. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm a positive person. I always try to look on the bright side of everything. I really do. Um, I never try to discourage anyone. Like I said, I am a huge person. I believe on building positive relationships. That is something that I thrive on. That's something that I believe in. Um, no matter what the circumstances, whether it be my relationship, uh, whether it be any kind of relationship with my kids, family, work. I just believe in building positive relationships. And I'm always going to pour something positive into people. But I'm also going to be giving the realness too. I'm going to be real with them, but um, I don't want to discourage anybody either. And so that's where I'm kind of conflicted with this toxic positivity, because when they say that, people that say, oh, it's going to get better or it could be worse, is pretty much feeding toxic positivity into that. Like, that kind of makes me think, me personally, I've never told anybody, oh, it could be worse or whatever like that. I've never said that, but I have always tried to have people look on the brighter side of things, opposed to just focusing on the negative. So I honestly don't even know if I've been pouring toxic positivity into people or not. If you want me to be perfectly honest, um, it's just really something to think about. I thought that was pretty deep. I really don't know. That really has me kind of conflicted. Ever since I read that, it's been kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I would love to get you guys' thoughts on it. Uh, what is toxic positivity? What does that mean to you? If it does even mean anything to you, you might not even think that it exists. But I do know that, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a mental health expert or anything like that. I could just speak from my own personal experiences. I know that if I'm going through a hard time, or if I'm stressed about something or anything like that, like hearing some positive words or positive expressions, whether I'm reading it, whether I'm talking to somebody, um, to me, that helps me. That helps my mental health, and there's a lot of people that struggle with having a good mental health, because you need to have a good mental health, and a lot of people don't have that or don't know how to maintain that or create that. And so I feel like with people being positive to other people, or pouring positivity into other people, will actually help them create that good mental health balance that they need in their life. Everything can't be negative, even if it is something negative or bad that they're going through. They can't you can't just always I don't even know how to say this, honestly. It's kind of throwing me off. I want to use the word accept, but I don't think that's the proper word to use. Um, I don't know what word to use, honestly, but you have to give people something to look forward to. Like, that's just how I feel. I don't know. I worry so much about people's mental health, especially me, especially the time that we're in. Not even just me, but just other people. Like I said, I'm also thinking about it from an educator's point of view, because that's what I am. I see a lot of teachers and educators and administrators breaking down right now, because of all the stress that we're going through, that comes with our jobs and our positions right now. And it's just it's taking a toll on people, and no matter what we're going through, I feel like people deserve or need or should have something positive poured into them. I just don't know about this toxic positivity because that's throwing me off. Like, I don't want to say, I'm never going to disregard someone's feelings or emotions or expressions. I'm never going to do that, but I mean, what do you tell people when they're going through that? Do you tell them it's going to get better? Because, according to my coworker, you saying something like that is pouring toxic positivity into somebody because it might not get better. Like, so where's the balance with that? Is I guess what I'm trying to figure out. So guys, just let me know your thoughts on that. I'm really curious to know what everybody's different thoughts and opinions are on that. Um, like I said, what is toxic positivity? Um, what does that mean to you? Everybody has their own interpretation of what things mean these days, So, what does that mean to you? Does it even mean anything to you? Like I said, I've had some people tell me that it's non existent because it's a contradiction. So, I'm just really curious to know everyone's thoughts. So, um, make a comment, let me know. Um, let's talk about this toxic positivity. What is it?